Well, everybody, I would say that this is where we would get halfway through Season 6, but I can't, because guess who got multiple copyright notifications? This guy, yeah, literally in the span of a week or so, Hasbro decided to come out of nowhere and flag about 7 of my videos for having background music. Background music in the episode that is out of my control. And it's around the moments where the episode basically talks about the morals of the specific episode that we're talking about. Again, this is for the background music that is out of my control. And it's been for almost every one of my recent episodes after episode 4, except for basically my reviews of The Gauntlet of Fire, No Second Prances, Newbie Dash, The Sound World Review, Applejack's Day Off, and Flutter Brother have all been flagged. Why? I don't know. But these claims are total bullshit. And I want them removed. I did get one other flag, and that was way back for my May the Best Pet Win review in 2014 because of the song that was used in the episode. So, I don't know how I'm supposed to do these reviews if Hasbro just keeps choking me out. No, I've obviously been avoiding using clips or showing the episode, and it's been working. But if there's even a hint of a song, a hint of background music, it's gonna get flagged. How am I supposed to do these reviews if Hasbro finds these new bullshit ways of choking me out? And it's not fair. Like, where's the fair use? Because I am reviewing the episode as a satirical point of view. I am just one internet reviewer where there are tons of internet reviewers who review the same episodes, and yet their videos aren't inflicted with copyright notices. How is it even fair? Well, I filed every one of those disputes about almost a few days ago, and the only one that didn't succeed was the May the Best Pet Win. I don't know why that one, because again, apparently Hasbro doesn't know what fair use is. So, because of this, I can't continue on with Season 6 for now. So now, I'm going to have to backtrack and re-review May the Best Pet Win. But, to be fair, it's been about like 5 years since I last reviewed May the Best Pet Win, and there really isn't a whole lot to say. So, now that I'm a little bit older and wiser, I will just see how it goes. So, it's time to go backtrack because apparently Hasbro thinks I'm dangerous for whatever reason. Let's revisit May the Best Pet Win. So this episode starts off with the opening of the sky as Rainbow Dash basically flies through the skies and coming across Owlicious, who then spawns Winona's head.
Okay, this is a bit longer now. Why not down to 3?
But it turns out it was all a dream. And it's never referred to again. Like, she doesn't even bring it up in the episode, so big lipped alligator moment. Yeah. So, like I said, skipping past most of the theme song, which again, back at the old days, is everybody is spending time with their pets. Which, actually, now that I think about it, aside from Angel, I've actually have not seen any of the pets in Season 6. It also kind of makes me wonder, whatever happened to Owlicious? Because so far in Season 6, I've seen Angel, I've seen Opal, I've seen Gummy, and I've kind of seen Winona, but I have not seen Owlicious since probably Season 4. Whatever happened to him? And go check the Wikipedia, but we'll find out later. So anyway, hey, Rainbow Dash sees that everybody is spending time with their pets, and they didn't bother to tell her because of the obvious reason that she doesn't have a pet.
Oh, I'm not mad. You all are right. Not much point of a pony and a play date for me if I'm a pony without a pet, right? Exactly. So it's been a left you.
I've also kind of noticed that it's really been such a long time. I'm surprised that in the earlier seasons that Ashley Ball did like a lot of a higher pitched voice in Applejack than she does in the later seasons. In fact, now that I think about it, a lot of the earlier seasons compared to like the current ones, except maybe Twilight and Fluttershy, I'm surprised that they have like a lot of higher pitched voices than they do in the more recent seasons. But of course, Rainbow Dash gets jealous and she decides she wants a pet, which gets Fluttershy excited. So unfortunately, because I got flagged for playing the song of the episode, which is also the title of the episode for some reason, basically the whole point of the song is basically Fluttershy trying to show around all the pets that she has at her house to see if anything catches Rainbow's attention. And for the most part, nothing really works. She basically concludes that she wants an animal that flies, with a lot of variety of flying animals, and she just basically decides to hold a contest, basically. I guess the song itself is kind of neat, then again, it's been like like half a decade since I mean, the song is decent nowadays, because again, like musical taste does, but I think the whole sequence, like, just takes up like about 4 minutes of the episode, and I think, as I mentioned before, I think this is an episode where we kind of expect what's going to happen, but I'll explain it when we get to there. So basically, as I said, Rainbow Dash decides to hold a contest where basically all the flying animals are being tested.
So, you all think you've got what it takes to be my pet, do ya? Well, let's just see about that. Then if you don't think you can handle it, bow out now before you humiliate yourself in front of your peers.
Yeah, I like how the ladybug is just like, okay, screw this, I'm out.
This competition isn't for the weak. You'd better be prepared to step up your game. You call that flipping? That's better. There's only room on Team Deck for one of you. And my future pet needs to be able to take it to the extreme. Any questions?
Several.
I got one. Does she understand what a pet really means? Yeah, like care and attention is more than affection.
Not so much about the last one, because I know my dog definitely has smelly breath and he farts recently, but he needs care and attention, because he's an old man. He's 17. So Rainbow Dash does get a little bit irritated when Fluttershy brings a tortoise into the competition. And like I said, this is the part where we kind of expect what's going to happen. In fact, some people have pointed out, so I'll say it anyway. So basically what's going to happen is that Rainbow Dash is not going to care about the tortoise and focus more on the animals that actually fly. Then something that happens to her, and then the tortoise saves her, and then the tortoise will basically become her pet.
Try your best. And seriously, Fluttershy, a turtle? What did you bring that thing here for? Technically, he's a tortoise, and he's always dreamed of being some pony's pet.
kind of also makes you wonder, can anybody tell like the difference between a turtle and a tortoise?
Just want to check my computer. We'll get him late. He won't even know he's here. No. Oh, just let him try. There's no way he can possibly keep up. Look at him. It won't hurt to let him try, but just let him try. Fine.
You know that Rainbow Dash can't say no to Fluttershy.
Don't say I didn't warn you. This isn't a game, you know.
Well, technically, you're kind of making it in the game. Like, seriously, is this competition like supposed to be like a reality TV show, like it's like Survivor?
All right. Now these games will determine which one of you has the most important qualities I'm looking for in
Neat. And it kind of makes me wonder how the Rainbow Fire has disappeared since then. And let that last one become a meme.
Aren't those all the same thing? You would think that, Twilight. And that's why you would never qualify to be my pet.
Except she's not a pet. She's your friend. And also, I think she's kind of right. All three of those are the same. Basically, the classic 90s terms that hasn't been used. Especially with stuff like Quack Pack, when they tried to make Hey, Huey, Dewey, and Louie cool.
On your mark.
So basically, this is where it kind of leads to. Basically, all the pets do the contest that Rainbow Dash sets up, and obviously the tortoise fails miserably because obviously he can't fly.
Agility. Agility? That.
You know, I really find it funny how especially some of the deadliest birds, like the falcon and the eagle, are terrified of this cat. Like, seriously, like, what is up with that? Like, it's just a cat. You have claws, you can fight back. Yeah. So, I think I can save you most of the trouble. Basically, what ends up happening is that, well, the tortoise basically just muck things up for everything. So basically, to make a long story short, Rainbow Dash gets fed up with the tortoise and narrows it down to the final four. Well, basically narrowing it down to the eagle, falcon, bat, and owl. Well, I think we can already tell we don't really need the owl, considering that we already have Owlicious, so there really is no point. Skies of Valkyrie plays, and to fast forward through it because, again, copyright, because Hasbro just basically hates me for some reason. And basically everybody just kind of keeps up with, obviously, the tortoise falling behind. But it ultimately leads with Rainbow Dash getting super cocky and ends up getting stuck up in the rocks, and nobody's there to help her. Until she sees the tortoise coming right behind. Which kind of makes me wonder, how long has the tortoise been running for? Like, considering how slow he walks, I'm surprised he was able to keep up without running out of breath.
No! Now I'm not only going to be stuck here forever, I'm going to be stuck here forever with the most annoying turtle in the world! You, I tell you!
But surprisingly, since the tortoise has a surprisingly strong head, the others basically see about the avalanche, but sees Rainbow Dash coming on with the tortoise.
Way to go, little guy. Oh, thank goodness you're not hurt, Rainbow. Just my pride.
And a bunch of other things. Also, it kind of makes me wonder, how exactly did the tortoise manage to bandage Rainbow's wing? So I guess it's also skilled at medical attention, too.
We certainly hope all of these dreadful stuff was worth it. But, it sure was, if it means Rainbow gets to have her own little critters just like the rest of us from now on. Thanks. What you did, I owe you one.
Okay, so I really don't need to let the episode explain the moral, since, like I said, this episode falls into the category is that you can basically pick out what's going to happen in the story, but like a couple other episodes I review, it's basically, despite knowing the moral of the episode, it's the journey that takes us there, and for the most part, the journey is pretty good, watching all the pets basically act out certain ways to impress Rainbow. So, even though I had to fast forward through most of it, but it is very enjoyable nonetheless. And Rainbow basically points out that the rules were that the pet that was supposed to finish with her was the rules, and basically the falcon leaves. So I guess all the flying animals are basically now upset. It's pretty much the equivalent of basically end up on the roulette. And land on the zero on roulette, where basically everybody loses. The good old days, when there was no friendship journal, or basically the episode is basically telling the moral without actually using a framing device. God, it's been so long since those days.
Dear Princess Celeste, I used to think that the most important traits to look for in a pet, or any best friend, were all physical competitive ability. But now I can see how short-sighted and shallow that was. Today I learned what the most important quality really is. A certain kind of spirit. A stick-to-it. I never...
Yeah, so basically because of all this endurance, basically Rainbow Dash decides to name the tortoise Tank, who basically gets a propeller and can kind of fly. And that was May the Best Pet win. I honestly don't remember what I gave it when I first reviewed it, but I think, all in all, it's mostly a decent episode. Like I said, if you've seen the plot in a couple of other shows, you can basically literally pick out all the plot points of what's going to happen after the first commercial break. But that being said, the episode is relatively fun. It's nice to see all the variety of pets that Rainbow gets to choose from. It's nice to see the different varieties of what each animal is capable of doing. So that's a pretty nice touch. And I just also like how it's just... You get to like a lot of fun details. Also using the skies of Valkyrie and Ghastly Gorge is pretty fun. I think honestly there really isn't too much to say. I think this is just another one of those episodes where if you just turn your brain off and try to pretend that like you haven't seen it before, you can relatively enjoy it. But I think overall it's a decent episode. So, I mean, like I said, it's the journey that actually makes the episode enjoyable, and when you're allowed to see it, it's relatively enjoyable. So, as a whole, after watching it again, I think May the Best Pet Win will probably end up in the B-. Yeah, so May the Best Pet Win is a B-, and next time, assuming that there will be a next time, I will hopefully get back on track to Season 6, where I will get to look at Stranger Than Fan Fiction. Otherwise, if Hasbro doesn't listen to me, I will have to review most of the episodes that I've already talked about. But the one I really don't want to do is Flutter Brother. So, if Hasbro can just leave me alone and just basically let my disputes pass through for hopefully all 6 of the reviews that they claimed, I will hopefully get back on track and I will get to reviewing Stranger Than Fan Fiction, so that way I can be about halfway through Season 6. So I'll see you guys next time.